just want to talk about being a lover of your presence. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if what I had was very nice, and maybe you'll use it at another time for me. But right now, Lord, it's your presence. It's the fact that we carry your presence everywhere we go, Lord. Everywhere we go. I love what Savani shared about that little boy. I love that. Come as a little child. He came as a little child. God told us to come as a little child. Jesus said that. And I look around, and it's like, there's so many people that you see as you're walking through life, that you want them to have what you have. You're not a preacher. You're not an evangelist. You're not, at least I'm not anyway. You're not, Sometimes it's just, I just want to meet somebody. And I just want to be able to, the Lord said, let your light shine, His presence in you. Let that light shine in you. And, it attracts, and love attracts. It's like a magnet. It attracts, And I just want to give one example. Back in 2024, I wanted to go on a cruise. And I said to the Lord, I love, Sister Irene can testify. We've been on 8 cruises together. And we all know vacations are wonderful and all of that. And, I always went with my best friend, okay? My elder, my best friend. And she has a gracious husband who would say, you go with Donna, just go, and enjoy. And we did. And we had so many amazing times together. We met so many different people from all walks of life. We met people from England that we sat with, and people from Mexico, and you name it. The last people I met was from Norway. And you meet all these people, and the Lord has said to me, I'm going to branch you out. And I thought, okay. So I said, I've never been on a cruise alone, Lord. And the Lord said to me, no, you go. I want you to go. And I thought to myself, why? But I didn't question why. I said, I wanted to go. But what I guess I'm trying to say in this, going by myself, I had so much time in His presence. Not that I didn't before, but there were times where it would be like I didn't want to join the group that I was with. I just wanted alone time. I just wanted to walk along, on the beach by myself, or I just wanted to be able to be somewhere by myself and just have that time with the Lord. And what I found in this for me was, wow, you really did branch me out. But I met people who were so hurting. The woman I met, she'd lost her husband, she lost her mother. We sat, we talked. We had dinner together. She had me on a walk with her. But what I guess I'm trying to say is that the being the lover of His presence, it's here, but like our pastor said, it's out there. We're in our everyday, wherever we're doing, whatever we're doing in life. I want to share this part too. We talk about how much He loves us and the love of God. In Ephesians it says that the length, the depth, the height, the breadth, and to know the love of God that passes all knowledge and all understanding. And I think about it, that's the fullness of His love in us. And we have that to get out there, however we do it, it doesn't matter. We all have different ways of how God, leads us, guides us, directs us, and things like that. But ways that I can talk about God's love for me, I'm just going to say this. I said one time, I said, Lord, if I was the only one in this whole wide world, you would have sent Jesus to die for me. That's how much you love me. And the Word says that He loved us first, but now we can love Him back. And the thing of it is, when you fall in love with the Lord, let's be honest about it. You sense His presence, and I'll give you another example of walking with the Lord in love. One time I was in a Christian store where I lived in Westfield. I was born in Springfield. We moved to Westfield when I was 7, and I went to this Christian store because once I became a Christian, that's what I wanted to do, and I volunteered there. And one day, the Lord just leaped in my spirit And it was just an amazing feeling. And I was like, oh my God, you're really there. It was just amazing. And it was just a way for him to show me how much his presence was with me, how much he loved me, And then I was in the back of a car one day, and I was just driving, and someone was in front of me, and I had to stop at a red light. And I stopped at the red light, and when I did, there was a license plate, and it said, "I picked you." And I could feel the Spirit, you can feel it, you just know, and I could feel the Spirit inside of me. God, Lord, this is a license plate that said it, and it was like you were showing me, you picked me. I didn't pick you. I wasn't looking for you. I was living my own life, doing my own thing, but you picked me, and you picked me before the foundations of the world, so you're going to get me one way or the other. I just want to say what this is, only because I'm not going to do it, but it was on joy. I just wanted to say that. There'll be another time, for another place, but I think the greatest thing, and I'm so glad that our pastor tonight was able to, he walked around and he said, just share it. Just go and share it. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm good at that. I like doing that, But it was wonderful. It really was. Because that song, and Savani, and I know you or Sage picked out the songs, absolutely just right on, just beautiful. Just really beautiful. We have a wonderful worship team. We really do. We have a wonderful worship team. And I could keep talking about the love of God, and I could keep telling you about different situations that happened with me and things like that. And I will say this. It was the love of God that gave me my husband, Phil, and it was the love of God that gave me my husband, Pete. Because I never intended to ever marry again, but God had other plans for me. And he showed me. He showed me so many times, He said, you don't realize, but my love for you was so great that this is what I wanted to give you. And when I married Pete, Pete looked at me and he said, this is what God said to me. He said, she's my beloved daughter, and she's my gift to you. And it made me cry, because that was not in my heart ever. I never thought I would ever marry again. But I'm very thankful and very grateful that God did what he did, because I hear from my husband every day how much he loves me. And that, not that you have to have that, but this is just who he is. He tells me that he loves me, and he tells me I'm beautiful. And you know what? I receive it. And I think I just, like I said, some other time for this. some other time.